There's a certain kind of person who walks into a room of 50 people and feels completely alone, not because they hate people, not because they're shy, but because something strange happens to them in crowded rooms. The more people around them, the emptier they feel inside. Stay with me on this one, because what nobody tells you might finally explain everything. This isn't social anxiety. This isn't introversion gone wrong. This is your nervous system sending you a message that most people will spend their entire lives misunderstanding. Psychologists have a name for this phenomenon. They call it crowded isolation. And if you've ever felt more alone at a birthday party than you do sitting by yourself at 2 a.m, what I'm about to share will finally make sense of everything. In the next few minutes, you're going to understand why your brain works this way, where this pattern really comes from, and most importantly, how to stop feeling invisible in rooms full of people who should see you. Picture this. You walk into a room, music is playing, conversations are flowing, everyone seems connected to someone, and you're standing there with a drink in your hand, scanning the room, feeling like a ghost that nobody can see. This experience has a name. Researchers refer to it as social invisibility. And this next part might change how you see yourself forever. The problem isn't the room. The problem isn't even the people in it. The problem is what your nervous system learned about connection a long time ago. See, most people assume loneliness is about being physically alone. That's only half the story. There's another kind of loneliness, a deeper kind. The kind where you can be surrounded by 50 people and still feel like you're watching life through a window that nobody else knows exists. Psychologists distinguish between 2 types of isolation. Social isolation means having few contacts. Emotional isolation means feeling unseen, unheard, and unknown, even when people are everywhere around you. Pay attention to this next part. Research shows that emotional isolation is actually more damaging to mental health than physical isolation. Your brain doesn't just count the number of people near you, it measures whether any of them truly see you. When you walk into a crowded room and feel that wave of emptiness, it's not a sign of weakness. It's not you being difficult. It's your nervous system recognizing something that nobody else in that room can see. You're surrounded by bodies. Your heart knows the difference between being present and being witnessed. Now, this is where it gets deeper. This feeling didn't start at parties. It didn't start in your 20s. It didn't even start in high school. It started in your childhood home. Think back. Was there a moment when you needed attention and nobody came? Was there a dinner table where conversations happened around you, but never with you? Was there a parent who was physically present, but emotionally somewhere else? If any of this sounds familiar, what you experienced has a name. Developmental psychologists call it chronic emotional neglect. The key aspect of emotional neglect is this. It's not dramatic. Nobody hit you. Nobody yelled. Nobody did anything that looked wrong from the outside, but something was missing. Something essential. The feeling that your inner world mattered to someone. When a child reaches for connection and finds emptiness, their nervous system learns a powerful lesson. People can be present and absent simultaneously. Bodies don't equal belonging. A room full of family can still feel like solitary confinement. This lesson doesn't disappear when you grow up. It follows you into every crowded room for the rest of your life. But wait, this is the part that changes everything. Your nervous system isn't broken. It's actually working exactly as designed. When you were small, this ability to detect emotional absence kept you safe. It helped you stop reaching for a connection that wasn't there. It protected your heart from hoping for something that never came. The problem isn't that your brain learned this pattern. The problem is that your brain is still using a childhood map to navigate an adult world. Let me explain what actually happens inside your body when you walk into a crowded room. Your brain has a surveillance system called the limbic system. Its job is to scan every environment for safety. For people who grew up with emotional neglect, this system has been calibrated to expect one thing above all else: disconnection. So you walk into a party. Your eyes see people laughing and talking. Your nervous system sees something different. It sees a room full of potential rejection, a minefield of conversations that might confirm what you've always secretly feared, that you're not interesting enough, that you're too much or not enough, that people can look right at you and still not see anything worth knowing. This triggers what psychologists call the hypervigilance response. Your body releases stress hormones, your heart rate increases, your mind starts working overtime, analyzing every facial expression, every tone of voice, every person who doesn't look your way. Consider the tragic irony of this hypervigilance, this constant scanning for threat, is exactly what makes a genuine connection impossible. You're so busy protecting yourself from rejection that you can't actually be present with anyone. Your body is in the room. Your heart is already halfway out the door. If you've ever wondered why small talk feels so exhausting, this is why. Every interaction requires enormous energy because your nervous system is treating a casual conversation like a survival test. After an hour of this, you're drained. You're empty. You feel lonelier than you did before you arrived. I want you to understand something important. This isn't a character flaw. This is a nervous system doing exactly what it was trained to do. Anything that was learned can eventually be unlearned. Now I want to tell you something that might surprise you. This sensitivity you carry, this ability to feel alone in crowded rooms, it's not just a wound, it's also a gift. People who feel deeply are people who notice deeply. Your nervous system isn't just scanning for danger. It's also picking up on things that most people completely miss. The friend who says she's fine but her eyes tell a different story. The colleague who laughs too loud because he's trying too hard. The stranger at the party who's wearing the same invisible cloak you are. You see these things because you've lived them. Your pain has given you a kind of emotional intelligence that can't be taught in any classroom. Research on highly sensitive people shows something remarkable. The same trait that makes social situations overwhelming also makes deep connection more meaningful. The same nervous system that detects threat is also the nervous system that detects authenticity. You're not built for small talk. You're built for real talk. You're not designed for surface-level connection. You're designed for soul-level understanding. That's not a weakness. That's a superpower that most people will never develop. If this is resonating with you, type "seen" in the comments. Not for engagement, because I want you to know you're not alone in this. There are thousands of people watching this video who feel exactly what you feel, who walk into crowded rooms and feel that same wave of invisible loneliness. This next piece of the puzzle is something most people overlook entirely. For highly sensitive people and introverts, crowded rooms aren't just emotionally overwhelming. They're neurologically overwhelming. Imagine your brain as a computer with limited processing power. Most people have a standard processor, Yours is running complex emotional analysis software in the background at all times. The noise, the movement, the dozens of conversations happening simultaneously. All of this creates what researchers call sensory overload. When your brain is overloaded with external stimulation, it has fewer resources available for genuine connection. You're using so much energy just processing the environment that there's nothing left for actually engaging with the people in it. This is why you might find yourself standing in a corner, nodding politely, giving one-word answers. It's not that you don't want to connect. It's that your nervous system has diverted all available energy to simply surviving the experience. Then comes the shame spiral. You notice yourself withdrawing. You see other people effortlessly chatting. You start telling yourself that something is wrong with you, that you're awkward, that you're failing at something that should be natural. The truth is different. You're not failing at connection. You're failing at performing connection in an environment that was never designed for someone like you. Think about it. Parties are designed by and for extroverts. Networking events reward people who can talk to strangers without breaking a sweat. Social gatherings measure success by the number of conversations you have, not the depth of any of them. You've been trying to play a game that was rigged against you from the start, then wondering why you keep losing. This next part might be the most important thing I share today. We live in an age of unprecedented connection. Hundreds of friends on social media, constant notifications, group chats that never stop buzzing, yet loneliness rates have never been higher. This is what's happening. Social media has created a new kind of isolation. You can scroll through hundreds of posts, see faces, read updates, and still feel completely alone. Because what your nervous system craves isn't information about other people's lives. It craves being known. Every time you scroll through a feed full of curated happiness, your brain is receiving a message. Look at all these people living their best lives. Look at all these connections you're not part of. Look at all this belonging that exists somewhere you're not. The loneliness deepens. Research now shows something concerning. The more time people spend on social media, the lonelier they report feeling. It's not that social media causes loneliness directly. It's that social media offers the appearance of connection without the substance of it. You're watching life instead of living it. You're consuming relationships instead of building them. You're surrounded by digital voices but starving for a single voice that actually knows your name. Then you go to a party. A real one, with real people. You expect it to feel different. You expect the physical presence of other humans to fill the emptiness that digital connection left behind. But it doesn't, because your nervous system has forgotten what real connection even feels like. It's been trained on the junk food of social interaction, and now the real thing seems foreign. So, what do you do with all of this? How do you stop feeling lonely in crowded rooms? How do you rewire a nervous system that was trained to expect disconnection? First, you stop trying to fix yourself for environments that were never built for you. This is crucial. You've spent years believing that crowded rooms are the test, and you keep failing. What if crowded rooms were never your arena in the first place? Some people thrive in big groups. Some people shine in one-on-one conversations. Some people connect best through shared activities. Some people build relationships slowly over time. Knowing your connection style isn't weakness. It's wisdom. Try this. Next week, skip the big party. Instead, sure, invite one person for coffee. See how different that feels. Second, you learn to tell the difference between solitude and isolation. Solitude is choosing to be alone because it restores you. Isolation is being alone because you're afraid of being rejected. They look the same from the outside, but they feel completely different on the inside. When you leave a party early, ask yourself this question: am I leaving because I've had enough? Or am I leaving because I'm scared? The answer matters more than you think. Third, you start building what psychologists call corrective emotional experiences. Your nervous system learned that connection leads to disappointment. But it can learn something new. It can learn that some people will see you. Some conversations will nourish you. Some rooms will actually feel like home. This learning requires risk. Small risk, gradual risk. Here's what that looks like in practice. Stay 5 minutes longer at the next gathering. Share one honest thing about yourself in your next conversation. Send a message to someone you haven't talked to in months. Let one person see behind the mask this week. Small steps, real connection. That's how nervous systems heal. If you're still watching at this point, type healing in the comments. What you're doing right now, sitting with this information, recognizing yourself in these words, this is the beginning of something important. I'm curious where you're watching from. Drop your country below: United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, Philippines. Wherever you are, you're part of this community now. Let me share something personal with you. There was a time when I believed the story my loneliness told me. The story that said I was fundamentally different, that I was watching life through glass while everyone else got to participate. I would go to gatherings and perform, smile at the right moments, laugh at the right jokes, nod along to conversations I wasn't really part of. Afterward, I would go home and feel more alone than ever. Because performance isn't connection. Pretending to belong doesn't create belonging. My nervous system knew the difference even when I tried to ignore it. The turning point came when I stopped trying to be someone who loved crowded rooms. When I stopped measuring my social success by how many people I talked to. When I started asking a different question, not how do I fit in here, but where do I actually belong? This is what I discovered. I don't belong everywhere. Neither do you. But the places where we do belong, they exist. The people who will actually see us, they're out there. The connections that will nourish us instead of drain us, they're possible. The goal isn't to stop feeling lonely in crowded rooms. The goal is to stop going to rooms that make you feel lonely. The goal is to find your people. Not many of them, just a few. The ones who don't require performance. The ones who see you without you having to explain yourself. Quality over quantity. Depth over breadth. Real over crowded. So here's what I want you to take away from everything we've discussed. That loneliness you feel in crowded rooms isn't a sign that something is wrong with you. It's a sign that you're looking for something real in places designed for something shallow. Your nervous system isn't broken. It's sensitive. It's perceptive. It's been trained by experiences that taught it to protect your heart from disappointment. That protection served you once. It kept the child version of you safe in a world where connection was unreliable, but you're not that child anymore. You're an adult now, with the power to choose your environments, with the ability to find people who match your depth, with the wisdom to know that being surrounded isn't the same as being connected. The emptiness you feel in crowded rooms isn't proof that you're unlovable. It's proof that you know the difference between presence and intimacy, between noise and being heard, between a room full of people and a person who actually knows you. This is the beautiful truth. You don't need everyone to see you. You just need someone to see you. Maybe 2 people, Maybe 3. The kind of connection you're searching for doesn't happen at parties. It happens in quiet moments, in real conversations, in the space between words where two people actually meet. So the next time you walk into a crowded room and feel that wave of loneliness, I want you to remember this. You're not broken. You're not weird. You're not failing at something everyone else finds easy. You're just someone who needs something more than crowds can offer. Something deeper than small talk can provide. Something realer than most people even know they're missing. That's not a curse. That's your compass pointing you toward the kind of connection that actually matters. You were never invisible. You were just looking for someone with the eyes to truly see you, and they're out there, feeling just as alone in crowded rooms as you are, waiting for someone real, waiting for someone like you.